But anyway, I think it's time to start. It's already 10:01. So I really would like to welcome everyone today on this meeting to our Marketplace Circle, informal event for our partners, made by our partners, where the main speakers will be mostly partners. We'll do a very short and quick update about the news on what we're having. But today I'm very pleased to have all these partners you see right now on the screen to join this Marketplace Circle. We have Daniel from Canada from Fuel Consulting. Daniel, are you with us?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Daniel. Tom and Josef from Evokia, from Belgium, from Antwerp.
Good afternoon, good morning, everybody from Belgium.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, guys. We also have Yura Stepanenko from True Item. Yuri, good morning, good afternoon.
Morning. Hi, everyone. Good evening in Ukraine.
Good evening in Ukraine. Great. We have also Bamil and Shivani from Psia Company.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. Cheers.
Cheers. And we have Alex and Mike from Creatio team. And we are excited to get our next Marketplace Circle started. So at the beginning, for the newcomers who just joined this Marketplace Circle for the first time, we not only have partners on this event, also have our clients, we have our employees. So again, it's an informal event to share the experience and give you the information about what is growing on our marketplace track. Again, this is only partner event where we invite client partners and employees. But today, out of the 3 circles we usually have, we have the Marketplace Circle about the most wanted and popular applications at our marketplace. We're welcoming all the open questions. You can unmute yourself and you can ask any questions of the speakers during their presentation. Every single presentation will take around 10 to 12 minutes, and we will have a quick update about the updates that we're having at Creatio about our marketplace direction. We also are planning to have the next circle about sales and marketing, and that we had a recent great circle about customer success. So if you would like to be a next speaker at our event, please contact Anastasia Vasilova if you have any cool applications you would like to share, or just reach out to our marketing team or to me directly if you would like to participate in next Marketplace Circle or any circle we're planning. At the beginning, we'll go with the updates from Creatio, and then we'll pass the floor to our speakers. So we're going to talk today about the Outlook connector for Creatio from Daniel, Paymaze by Yuri, SharePoint by Psyok, and a time manager for Creatio by company Evokia. At this point, Mike, how are you doing today? And passing the floor to you about the updates that we're having today at Creatio.
Thanks, Alex. I'm great, thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be on this event. So let us start. And the first thing that I wanted to give you is first of all, an oversight and like a strategic message that Creatio Marketplace is one of the strategic directions of our company, and we are building towards providing the composable architectures, and we view that in very near future, all of our customers will use much more applications than they do today, and that this department, this area is growing very rapidly with a great number of industry solutions, connectors, and applications. And going forward, for those who haven't yet joined us and haven't started building on the Creatio platform on our marketplace business, I encourage you to do so. We have a great marketplace partner program, and we are willing to invest into joint go-to-market strategy and make this business with you together. So, and today I want to start with and give you some updates about the ecosystem growth. So we had our previous event just months ago, and I will do the highlights of what happened since then. So first of all, just in the recent 3 months, we've got 50 plus new applications. So what we'll do today, I've divided new app that was released just last month into 4 categories. So it's productivity, collaboration, data and analytics, and admin and dev tools. And we have a look at what's interesting in those categories. So we'll start with productivity. So obviously everyone is concerned about productivity, our customer, all our community. And we have, this is the biggest so far category, because we have 8 new additions just in the last 30 or so days. So we have things starting like some UI elements like photo insta saver and stuff like that. And Alex, if you don't mind, just on the previous slide. So just
Sure.
a second, yeah, just a second here. So we have a couple of like UI things like photo insta saver, slider control, and multiple file downloader things. And at the same time, we have a bigger productivity tools like catalog selections and other tools. We will not be able to cover all of those, but I will do a couple of highlights and will make sure to show other apps in the next meeting. So if we go further, I'll start with a highlight of a photo saver app, which allows users to take those photos and use their laptop or home camera and then save them immediately to any section in the Creatio. So it might be your contact section, employee section, or any other section in the system. The next one is checklist. So users can define tasks for each and every workflow. So the product is designed to optimize your employee task scheduling by putting them repetitive tasks together into one checklist. So you can optimize your sales processes, ordering, and case processing by leveraging the checklist tool. Going next, we are jumping to the next category, which is collaboration tools. So we want, of course, all of our teams to collaborate better and work together. So let's have a look at what we have in collaboration. So here we have 4 new additions, starting from things like how to improve email process elements brought by our partner Solution Metrics, and go into things like project management, Jira connector, customer filters, and stuff like that. So just to highlight, for instance, if you have your Jira connector, you're using Jira right now, you might use Jira connector, which complements our project section. It gives you a lot of data and analytics. Next one is on the customer filter side, which is add-on, which is built on top of our pharma, and it makes it easier to do all the scheduling activities by adding advanced filtering capabilities to your visit schedule module. Going forward, we have also a great addition, which is a project management tool. So the product allows you to plan, create, and manage project tasks, monitor their progress, and display all the data using convenient tools like Gantt-view or Kanban view. So if you need a project management tool or your customers need your project management tool, give a look at this one, right? Going forward, we have next category, which is data and analytics. We also have 4 additions in this category. So ranging from things like opportunity age, which brought to us by Collier, Picard, it gives additional insight on your opportunities, and then go into tools like data views and data management by up and product score connector. And today I want to highlight a couple of those. So first of all, it's the product score. So this connector provides you visibility into employee activity, which is done within Creatio, but also you can incorporate all other cloud tools into a single view. And then if you are interested to increase your increase and track Creatio platform adoption or identify the coaching and training needs, this might be a good tool for you. So give it a try, right? So going forward, we have a data management tool, so which is a multi-purpose planning and data management tool. So this product allows you to visualize data in a tree view and gives you flexible fan fact analysis and allows you to manage your data. So if you are looking into maintaining budgets, you need to do strategic planning or calculate your employees' KPI. This might be a great option for you. So give it a look, jump to Creatio Marketplace and try it out, the data management. And the next category is admin and dev tools. So essentially, those are apps and add-ons that help you develop and customize system more faster, actually, right? So there are a couple of things to highlight here. We have things like toast dialogue, we have role-based business rules, and we have also things like refresh active page. So if you have some kind of complex logic on the back end and you want to show it to the customers, that might be a good fit for you. So, and the highlight here is a Zabbix connector, which allows you to track the IT infrastructure state and then respond quickly to what happens, some event happen in your Zabbix server. So if you want to get your up-to-date information about your IT infrastructure, or you want to have ability to create and register cases when something happens, this might be a great tool for you. So check it out, this app. And this brings me to, I want to thank you to all of our partners. You're doing such a great job.
And the first partner will be Daniel from Canada, from our company, Creatio Consulting. Daniel, hope you're doing great. We've been partnering with the company for the last 6 years, and truly your innovating idea are really converted to the extraordinary results. We really would like to say thank you for the genuine care for all the clients that are assigned to you. We're truly amazed by the experience and professional team from QL. And here I would like to pass the floor to you. Please take your slides, and we'll look forward to your presentation. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, so I'm Daniel. Hello, everyone. A little bit about Cool Consulting. Cool was founded in 2001. We're a group of business professionals who help businesses leverage the most effective combination of people, processes, and technology. Cool has been working with Creatio, as Alex said, for over 5 years. We specialize in implementations ranging from rapid to complex with expertise in integration. So the first item we're going to cover today is change of an object assignee. So the use case for this is reassignment of records, either temporary or permanent, from one employee to another for vacation, time off period, or if the employee is exiting. The main tasks for this are to reassign the workload when an employee is either away or on sick leave or has exited. If you could hit the perfect, thanks, Alex. The reassignment can be permanent or temporary. Temporary assignment will reassign the object back to the original assignee when the time period specified has elapsed. We do offer customizations for additional sections or notifications upon request. So you can reassign with flexibility by modifying current, future, or current and future leads easily. Next slide, please, Alex. Thank you. And you can customize the reassignment to meet the needs, selecting either temporary or permanent assignments for sick leave, personal time off, or an exiting employee. Excellent. So now we'll get into our Outlook connector. So the use case for the connector was to work with some of the most used functions in Creatio directly within Outlook Desktop for Windows. The main tasks are to connect email to Creatio records, filter results using visible columns, open and create. The create is part of the plus version of the connector, records directly from Outlook, and then create tasks, which are activities without leaving Outlook, and marking emails as processed directly from Outlook. So on this screen, we can see the connection of email records. So you can connect emails from the Outlook environment to Creatio records without leaving Outlook. This just means less time switching between systems and more time getting work done. And then never lose an email again with filtering. So you can filter by any of the visible fields and find the exact record that you want to connect the email to. The search is dynamic, so it searches across all visible columns. So you don't need to select a specific column. You're just getting results from all the columns in the search results. And you can schedule tasks quickly and easily directly from the Outlook environment. So this just pops up a pop-up. You can provide the subject for the activity, a start and end date, select if you want it to show up on the calendar, provide the priority and the status. And these priorities and statuses are driven from your Creatio environment. So it would load in whatever statuses you have. And then once you have finished creating it, you can selectively open it up in Creatio automatically to make any further adjustments. And next slide, please, Alex. You can also create records quickly. So for each section, there is a button to create a record. You can fill in the necessary fields for that object. These are driven off of some of the common required fields that are available at the core level of Creatio. And once you've created it, you can again open the record up in Creatio if it needs more work done automatically. You can also launch the email itself. So emails are activities in Creatio. Selecting the email and clicking the open in Creatio button will open that email activity in Creatio. and you can work with it from there if you need to bind it to something else or do additional work with it from the Creatio environment that's not possible from the connector itself. And next slide, Alex. Thank you. The same can be done with launching records. So if you need to make an adjustment to a lead or a contact that was just created, or even an existing one, you can select it from the list and click it to open it in the Creatio environment, again, to do any additional manipulation that isn't possible in the connector itself. And we added this feature. We thought it would be super useful. So from the Creatio email panel, normally if you're working from the Creatio environment, you need to click the mark process button to remove it from your list. We love that feature because it helps you keep a clean task list. But if you're working from the Outlook connector, you still want to be able to do that. So we have that button. You can click the mark as processed, and it will remove that email from your email panel in Creatio without having to duplicate the effort.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's talk about pricing.
Yes. So we have two versions. We have the basic version and the plus version. The only real difference between the two is the creation of records. The one exception to that is activities. So tasks or activities, the ability to create a task or activity is part of both versions. The plus version includes the ability to create contacts, accounts, cases, leads, and opportunities. Excellent.
Any questions? We have a chat. Mike, I'm sharing the screen. If you could just help me with the questions in the chat, please. I see that there was a pop-up notification. If you can read this message or question, whatever it is, so Daniel can respond. Thank you. Or actually, if you have a question, unmute yourself and just ask these questions to Daniel. No?
I think there's one question. So are contact activities synced between Outlook and Creatio? The question
Yes.
by Malcolm Hoffman.
Yes. So the Outlook environment, each time you switch between one of the tabs, you're loading the essentially a batch request of what's available in Creatio. And the security around that, as an additional point, is driven by Creatio permissions. So it is associated with your user account. Records that you will see are records that you should see in Creatio as well. It's the same access rights, and it is synchronized. We are also not storing the information in terms of security within a local directory in Outlook. So it's part of the Outlook session itself.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much. We're just in time. Please send a big hug to your colleagues, to Garrett and Diana. We look forward to meeting them again during our next no-code days. And thank you very much for taking the floor and talking to us about your great applications. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you very much, Alex.
All right, right now I'm passing the floor to Yuri Stepanenko from TrueItem about the solution Payments Management for Creatio. Yuri, passing the floor to you. We've been partnering for the last 6 years, and I think you've got a great application to manage payment subscription in Creatio.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, first of all, a few words about our company. I'm Yuri from TrueItem, and TrueItem is a company with more than 15 years experience with high-load applications and solutions, mostly in telecom area. We worked a lot with a billing solution, migration of billings and BSS systems. And as well, we have a 6-year experience with the Creatio. And very proud to be a part of the team. Next slide, please. So as one of the outcomes of our cooperation is our solution Payments, which is actually we see in the future as a North Star, we see integrated billing in Creatio. Right now, the Payments is a solution which lets you to integrate any payment gateway inside Creatio and work with the payments, subscriptions, recurrent payments, and debt control inside the Creatio. You can manage credit cards, you can manage payments in cash and credit cards, as well as the payments which process via Apple Pay and Google Pay. And here are examples of industry which can be interested in the solution. As an example, sport and fitness can charge the customer club members monthly, periodically. Software industry like SaaS, PaaS, infrastructure as a service company also can periodically charge the customers for software, platforms, and infrastructure. And actually, any B2C customer who use Creatio, they actually have at least two systems. One system is Creatio to manage all the customers, leads, sales, and another system is some payment gateway because they should provide somehow they should manage payments. And right now, the manager should just switch between the system and check, did this customer pay or not, etc. So our goal is make this flow as simple as possible. We give to the managers one window, only Creatio. They can do everything inside. Let's check out how we can work as was one of the simplest use case. Let's imagine we have a service company who working with orders and waiting for the payment for each order from the customer. So the customer will receive a mail or message with a personal payment link each time they place the order. And as soon as customer go to website to checkout form and pay for this order, immediately the information in the Creatio for this order will be changed, the status will be updated, and all parallel processes, for example, delivery processes or some production processes, will start automatically. So this part of work, which was on the manager to check out with the client, did they pay, didn't they pay, they can be sure that information in the Creatio all the time updated. If customer paid, the order have another status. It's one of the case of using our solution. Another case, auto charge. If you have a long-term relation with a customer, normally he provide you with a credit card and it's done. It works. For example, in sport and education industry, you have a customer credit card and you can charge customer monthly or periodically for some goods or services. With the Paymaze, you will have a special magic link, let's say, or you can manually input data in Creatio. And in future, if you need to charge a customer, you can do it with one click in the Creatio interface. Next slide, please. Subscriptions. Actually, this is the first step to the billing solution. And right now, you can create invoices and process payment automatically, and you can use complicated plans and tariffs. Not only monthly, quarterly, yearly, you can also add optional installment fee. You can create a special tariffs with very complicated logic, like first payment on second month, and after that quarterly payments. We have the experience with many of this logic. So you can be sure that your customer is on the subscription and he will be charged right at the moment he should be charged. You don't have to, like managers don't need to create the invoices manually with mistypes and errors. So it automates the process pretty much. Next slide, please. Yeah, and around the subscription, we have a lot of features. I'm just presenting here just two of them. Like you can pause subscription. So if customer have some asking you for pause, or maybe customer can ask you to change the scheduling, like to move the next payment to next of the months. You can manage all this subscription right inside the Creatio interface. And thanks to Creatio dashboards, which is, I think it's amazing feature when we competing in the project, Creatio dashboards, very good feature which help us to win the projects. Thanks to this feature, you can create a lot of functionality, including debt control, and check a lot of financial statistics thanks to payments which Paymaze bring to the system. On the beginning, I told you that we can connect different payment system. What is important, Paymaze can work with a multiple payment system at the same time. For example, you have a global customer, and this customer can work with one payment system in Ukraine. As on the screen, you can see this. If the customer from Ukraine, they receive a payment link to LinkPay, which is a local Ukrainian payment system. And if the customer is from the USA, they will be forwarded to the Stripe, which is a global payment system. And you can use all of this system in parallel. And what is important, all the functionality of subscription, of refunds, etc., it works on the top of this. So the manager who work in the system, he don't need to think which from where this customer and which payment system is for this customer. He have a solid one interface for any customer in the Creatio. And here is our backlog of our payment providers. On the left side, you can see available payment providers in our system, payment gateways. On the right side is a backlog of the future payment system we are going to connect. And we prioritize this. We put the priority on this based on our customers. And right now we have like a feature. Each customer who subscribed for PayMaze for 1 year can order one payment system connector as they want if they don't see it in the list.
Yuri, thank you so much. We have some extra minutes, so you have an extra bonus slides. Let's talk about the security and pricing.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Very popular question about the security, and we are very much focused on the security. And we do not store what is important. We do not store private information and credit card information in PayMaze and in Creatio. All this information stored only on the payment provider side. So it's only on Stripe or LeakPay or PayPal. We do not touch this information. So all the information connected to the payments, I mean, from the sensitive information is on the payment gateway side. We also using HTTPS protocol, and we use a special API to protect information which flows between payment gateway and Creatio. And next slide.
Right now the questions about pricing. So let's go on. How much?
Yeah. So we have two versions which differentiate actually the version number. The simple version have a payment functionality and can connect two gateways, and the Pro version unlimited with the gateways, and in addition have auto charge and subscription management functionality. And we have revenue share model. So basic price is $3,500 for $600,000 revenue yearly. And if you have over this $600,000 yearly, you pay additional $3,000 per another $600,000. So in case if you have a business, so for any version, basic and pro, if you have more than $600,000 revenue yearly, you pay just $3,000 for each additional bunch of revenue limit. Okay, it's how the system work a little bit. I don't know if there are questions about this. We have a PayMaze as a service between Creatio and all payment gateways, and the service allow us to connect a new payment gateways very fast. That's why we are so open for any customer who subscribe for Creatio. We can connect another payment system. We understand that enterprise customer in parallel with Creatio can have additional systems like, I don't know, maybe some internal billing system, accounting system. And our platform allows, we always choose the way to integrate third-party system with Creatio. But sometimes if you're talking about finance information and payment flow, sometimes we can integrate third-party system directly with a PayMaze if it's required.
Yuri, thank you very much. When the PayPal will be ready, what is your forecast for it?
Actually, it's ready. It's in the beta, and we are waiting for the customer. We have the rule. We always waiting for a real customer. We don't want to launch. We don't say it launched before we have real customer. So with next customer who want PayPal, we actually can start testing immediately.
And
Excellent.
Alex, I'll add in that we expect to have the first customer on this within the next 30 days. We've got 2 open offers out there. Amazing solution.
All right, so moving on, and we have right now Psyok talking about the SharePoint integration for Creatio. And we have Shivani and Bumil. Guys, please take the floor from here. But just a quick introduction. We've been partnering for the last 6 years as well, and we have a very close relations with Psyok company. So it's a special partnership, and you are one of the largest contributor to the marketplace of Creatio. So guys, thank you very much for contributing to our community. Thank you. Bumil, Shivani, the floor is yours.
Alex, thanks so much. Before I get started with the introductions of your speakers for today, I thought big shout out to the Creatio team for setting this up. We truly value the virtual FaceTime that we're getting with all the partners and the customers across the globe. So a little bit about the speakers for today. My name is Bhumil Bakshi. I play the customer success manager's role here at Sayog. I'm part of the business development wing, and I work hands-on with almost all Creatio engagements from a pre-sales and a sales standpoint. With me is my colleague Shivani. She's a senior developer here, and she's an integral part of the Creatio implementation team at Sayog. As a matter of fact, she was single-handedly responsible for developing this marketplace connector that we're going to present to you today. A little bit about our brand Sayog. Like Alex said, we've had the good fortune of collaborating with Creatio for over 6 years. We have about 180 associates, and we have a global delivery center based out of Chennai, India. And in terms of our service offerings, we build grounds up custom applications for our customers. We also do implementation, maintenance, supports, and enhancements for low-code applications, Creatio being one of them. And we also do it for ERPs as well. Aside from these vertical offerings, we also have enterprise data management and quality assurance services as complementary offerings for across these 3 verticals. With respect to Creatio, we've had 20 plus implementations over the last 6 years, right from vanilla implementations all the way through to enterprise implementations with a laundry list of integrations involved. So it's been a phenomenal journey with Creatio, and our model primarily focuses on global offshoring, and the global footprint that you saw on screen was a standing testament of that. Now, without further ado, I'll quickly jump on to the SharePoint connector, the topic at hand. And over the course of the next 10 minutes or so, we'll take you through, essentially 3 things. Why did we come up with SharePoint connector in the first place? What are the feature functionality that the SharePoint connector offers? And of course, a short demo that will be done by my colleague Shivani, and then the roadmap that we have in terms of enhancing the connector and its feature functionality. So I'll pass the baton over to Shivani, and Shivani, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Bhumil, for the introduction. Alex, if you could just please go back to the previous slide.
Sure.
Thank you. So I'm very excited today to talk about our SharePoint connector. And I'd like to start with certain key factors that that influenced us to build the connector in the first place. So throughout our Creatio pre-sales journey in both the corporate and the enterprise segments, almost 1 in 8 leads inquired about document repository integrations, and specifically integrations with SharePoint. Most of our competitors, such as Salesforce and Zoho CRM, also have a SharePoint connector in their marketplace, and all of them are pretty popular among all the customers that they have. And as you can see on your screen, what we have is a Forrester report from 2022, the second quarter of it. And the highlighted section tells us that they have given immense weightage for SharePoint connector itself. So keeping all of these factors in mind, we decided to roll into development phase and start building the SharePoint connector. And we took a use case from our very own customer who was in the telecom industry. Next slide, please, Alex. Thank you. So what you see here is a typical sales and opportunity cycle in the telecom for our telecom customer. And we had a multitude of documents ranging from customer KYC to serviceability checks to credit check, all the way to orders, invoice, and then even the sales commission spreadsheets. And all of these documents had to be integrated, had to be sent to SharePoint, and various other integrations such as downloading, previewing, and all of this need to be done. And to develop this, which would typically, I believe, if I had to make a fair assessment, take anywhere between 3 or 4 weeks. Whereas today, having this connector in the marketplace is going to just take 5 minutes, where you install the plugin, configure your SharePoint repository, and start uploading documents to the repository. Next slide, please, Alex. So before I take you through the demo, I like to show some, I like to briefly run through some of the features of our connector. The first thing is that you can configure both the out-of-the-box and custom sections in Creatio. You can configure directories and subdirectories into which your files will be organized inside SharePoint. And of course, you can upload, download, and delete files from Creatio as well. Our connector is compatible with both the online and the on-premise versions of SharePoint. It's also compatible with all products of Creatio and all supported database management systems that Creatio supports. I'd like to now run through a quick demo of our connector. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Great. So this is the system settings page where all settings related to SharePoint can be seen, and they typically have credentials where related to your repositories, which will be used by the application to integrate with SharePoint. There are other settings such as the URL to your repository. We also have factored in a proxy server just in case your on-premise version of SharePoint needs to be associated with one. The second screen that we see here is the lookup section, where we can configure sections which need to integrate with SharePoint. Before I start to explain what each of the columns mean, let me take you through a small example. Now, let's say I want to upload all the order-related files inside the folder called Creatio orders, and then group all these files into order numbers, into the relevant order numbers. Then this is how I would configure it in the lookup sections. We have the order section tagged here. We have the Creatio directory, which is the first directory, inside which we have the orders, and then the number, which corresponds to the order number of each of the record. Another example would be the account section, where I have configured it to have Creatio/accounts/ followed by the name of the account. So let me go to the account section. We have style here. I'm just going to go to the attachments and notes. And if you've configured that section to upload to integrate with SharePoint, then you will see this button here, which says upload file to cloud. And once you click on it, or you can also drag drop the file here. I'm just going to choose a picture. Then it tells you that the file has been successfully uploaded to SharePoint. Now let me show you how it looks inside SharePoint. We have Creatio accounts followed by the name of the account. Let me do a quick refresh right here. And there you have it. We have the file uploaded into SharePoint. You can also download files and delete files, and deleting the files will also delete the files in SharePoint as well. There was another case that we thought about. Let's say that you want to email an invoice or order once it's past certain life cycle. What typically people would do is to click on this image here, download the file, and then open an email application from your web browser or your desktop, and then attach the files and then send the mail. We thought that was a little bit too much of a process and too many number of clicks. So what you could do here instead, given that Creatio is already connected and integrated very well with mail servers, you just have to select the files that you have to email, go to the email selected attachments, and then all you have to do is compose the message. This will fetch the files from SharePoint and add it to your email drafts. And all you have to do is just hit send, and the files will directly be attached to your email and sent to your recipients. That's all I had for the demo today.
Cool. That's really straightforward. Any questions from our community about this? Because it was very demanding on our marketplace list, and right now we're glad to share it with all our teams. So guys, any questions? Just let me quickly see. There was a question. Is that
Yeah, I
work
think there's one
Creatio
question.
Mobile from
Go on.
Stefan Banon from Process First?
We are working on it. We are working because the mobile app is another set of development, but we are working on it and we soon have something planned ahead for it as well.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. We're running out of time. So we have last slide about these.
Yes,
connector
thanks,
roadmap.
Alex. I wouldn't take much time on this. So we have a very excited timeline planned for the plugin, and we're going to start with first ensuring that it's going to be compatible with .NET Core as well. We're going to bring in Graph API into the picture to enable collaboration on SharePoint, enable secure file link sharing so that only authorized users can view the documents directly on SharePoint. We also plan to bring in-browser preview so that you don't have to unnecessarily download files and you can just start viewing those files directly on your browser itself. And of course, we are also thinking to bring in the advanced directory configuration where you'll see more number of dynamic folders instead of just static ones. Feel free to mail us at innovations@sayak.com. We'll be very happy to get back to you with any questions or clarifications or new ideas that you might have for us. Thanks a lot for the time, Alex.
Shivani, we have
Best of luck
questions.
to all
Don't
this.
go away. Don't go far away. We have questions.
Sure.
I think it was Jason's voice. No, I was mistaken. All right. But anyway, what's the pricing point? Because I think this is the slide that we've missed.
Yes, it's at $499 per year.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we, that's the only pricing that we have as of now. But maybe for the next versions of the connector, probably, taking cues from our other great partners, we might have it as a pro version and a light version, depending upon what suits the partners the best.
All right. Bumil, Shivani, thank you very much for this connector right now. With definitely our sales guys and our partners and our clients who will reach out to you if they have any interest. But again, with SAYOC, we have implemented our solutions in each continent of the world. So I'm very pleased to have such a partner like you available globally for us and delivering such a great new applications connectors to our marketplace. Thank you very much, Shivani, Bumil. But we need
Thanks
to
so
move
much.
on. Thank you, guys. All right, and right now we are flying to Belgium, to Antwerp, where our aspired Tom and Joseph are going to talk about the time manager for Creatio and a user access for Creatio. Tom, I think we're going to start from your side, but prior to that, we've been partnering as well for 6 years. We started back in 2016. I remember our first deal closed together, and I remember our first marketplace application we delivered to the marketplace. So I'm really excited to have you today as one of the speakers with your colleague. Please introduce your company, introduce yourself, and tell us how's everything in Antwerp right now.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome from Belgium. Indeed, Alex, we are working together for 6 years. Meanwhile, we have done 27 implementations of Creatio. We are working exclusively with Creatio and are building an ecosystem around it. And so there are 2 front-end applications that we would like to share with the community today. So if you pass me the next slide, I can introduce. So the applications are called Timesheet and the Portal. Of course, we have the Creatio portal. And when the Creatio portal can do or can meet with functionalities, we use it. In some cases, we can't. And then that's why we developed this application. Next slide, please, Alex. Thank you. So what is it? It's a very light front-end application built in the Laravel Vue framework. It's stupid and empty because it is using the intelligence and the database of Creatio. It's a bidirectional synchronization. And it is not just a downloadable application from the marketplace because it's always 100% custom made for each customer. Next slide, please. So how can it be customized? And that's the most important, customer corporate identity. It needs to be embedded in the UX of the websites. And that's the main reason why we need to use this. Every Creatio object can be exposed and all functionalities are possible, which is create, read, update, and delete. And the most important is it can trigger any given business process in Creatio. One example, Joseph will give a demonstration which shows how it is embedded in the website of the customer, and also which business processes can be and are being triggered. And of course, the access rights can be defined on an admin or a user level. These are 3 examples that we deployed. The first one is NIMA, the National Institute of Marketeers in Amsterdam. A very advanced implementation of Creatio and the portal. And that's the one Joseph will demo in a minute. And the 2 others are other examples in industry and software development. Okay, that's the first project. Our second app, which we sell a lot, is Evokia Timesheet. It's a custom project management module, which is developed with the new UI designer. And it's the first application we built with the new UI designer. Also 100% custom for each customer and does not downloadable. Next slide, please. So here you see the setup, and you see also there's a big resemblance between the new UI and the front-end app. At the left, you see Creatio with the custom project module. There we manage and create a project, the group, the task, and the consultants. And also time can be added in Creatio itself. But for those people who do not have access to Creatio, for example, external consultants, they can use a time app. And that's also a very light front-end app built in Laravel Vue, where the consultants, they only see their projects. They can log their time on a project or a task. And it's being injected immediately in Creatio, where the processes can be triggered. At, for example, the end of the month, the consultant pushes a button, the month is closed, and his timesheet is being sent to the accounting department. He only needs to add his invoice. That's it. So now we can go to a demo. I would like to introduce you to Joseph, our senior business analyst and specialist in Creatio. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you, Alex. I will be sharing my screen and show you the demo that we have prepared for you all. You should be able to see my screen now.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right.
Yep.
So I will be showing both sides. I will show the Creatio side and then the application side. But what I want to start with right away is the project management that we have in Creatio. And we made use of the new Freedom update from Creatio. So this is Atlas. We are at 8.03. And every time there's a new functionality, we make use of it to make it as user-friendly and as fast as possible. So in this section, in the application workplace, we have a couple of projects that we want to show, and the one that I will be demoing is this one. Once we open the project, we get all the information of this project. One second, let me refresh the page real quick. So yeah, as this is the newest of the newest, there are a couple of things from Creatio that needs to reload. So here we go. So we have all the information of our project. We can see the completion through a little dashboard over here. And the most important part, of course, is how the project is structured. In here, we can see all the groups of this project with the task next to it, but we have created a template for a project. So let's say you start a new project and you always have the same kind of groups, kind of tasks. We have a lookup where we can create the template. And as soon as you start a new project, you click on template and all the new groups with the task will be created for your project. On the second tab, we have some extra details about the project. We can see here that we have some information, for example, start and date. We have the rates, of course, of the project, which get pulled straight from the account. So if we over here, that will be the starting point. Let's say that you want to refresh the values or certain data of a project. You can always manually change those values of the fields per project. So we always pull the starting data and then you can manage them, of course. So that's what you see here. The dashboards are always being updated. In case that doesn't happen, we can always use the refresh button. And then we can see who is in this project. Keep in mind that the people that are within this team detail are only the people that can put in some time registration or manage the project, which we'll come back to in a minute. Over here, of course, we have some dashboarding of the most important parts, which is a very helpful tool here in the new update of Atlas from Creatio. And we can manage everything, see the things that are maybe unusual. You can catch them quickly. And over here, we have some licenses or some expenses that we have within the project to follow everything nicely within a project. So let's see. Once we have our groups and our tasks, I will take, for example, the accounts task. We can see some extra information about this task again. Let me quickly refresh the data. Keep in mind that in the newer updates, we won't have to refresh anymore. But for this demo, I will have to do it a couple of times. So here we can see all the information of this specific task. And there are two options. We can either add a new time registration for the specific task within Creatio, or we can, of course, use the page that the time manager that Tom showed us. So I'll quickly log in. Over here, we have something quite similar to Creatio. I can see all the projects that have been linked to. I can see all the tasks that are within this project. And I can give, for example, 200 hours on account edits. Once I click on submit, keep in mind that all the data that I just showed you here is pulled from Creatio. There is no data within this page or anything. We can see that the time registration that I just made is now available in this app. Let me quickly sort by date. And here it is, account edit. So every information that we have about this specific task that we put into that front is now in the backend of Creatio. Okay, so we can then go back. So the idea, kind of like what Tom said, is to facilitate the connection or the interaction between you and your clients, or for people that are not strictly working within Creatio. The last example that I want to show is the portal of a client of ours. So this is quite similar to our time registration. In here, we have all the information that we're pulling straight from Creatio. You can see all the information here is not saved on this portal, but comes actually from Creatio. This is the Creatio side, and everything that we can pull here. For example, they have certain events. Everyone knows the events in Creatio. We can see them here, or of course, we can pull straight documents from Creatio by clicking on the option here. We can see that we're pulling files straight from Creatio that we can find from there. Every information that you put in here or any information that you change in here will be sent straight to Creatio, and the new data will be pulled up from the Creatio side back into the portal side. I think those are the main features of the apps that we have built so far. If there are any questions, please let me know or write them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, so we have a quick question here from Ibrahim. Within Evokia custom tool, does it support workforce management features of multi-shift schedules with biometric recognition and device manager integration?
It could, but we didn't develop it yet. But it's a custom tool, so it can be customized to whatever solution. We didn't do this yet.
Got it. Thank you, Tom. And the question from Process First from Stefan Benon. With Timesheet, do you have a calendar view for external users?
That we are building at this moment. In fact, it's a very light screen that we will be adding to the tool. Yes.
Thank you. And we have a question from Technology Advisors from Megan. What is the pricing for the customer portal?
Very much customer based. It's the basic setup costs about 2 working days, and then there is also the hosting because we need to host. There is a recurring cost. So it's a price per implementation depending on the requirements.